Good evening. We're going to call a meeting to order today on September 8th, 2025 at 6:02 p.m. We now stand and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. And if we now just have a moment of silence. The approval of the minutes from August 2025, I do have a copy if anyone needs to see a copy, but if everybody has are there any corrections or that we need to make at this time? And anybody see anything that they would like to have?
I motion to approve as presented.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried to approve the minutes as presented. Cameron, thank you so much for stepping in tonight and helping us as the liaison of the evening. We appreciate your presence here today. I'm sure you can just pick up from where you left off. You have such a great mind. But tonight is just going to be a very simple meeting, as I think you know. But if you'd like to go through the items of discussion, you at this time and let us know what your updates are. I have some updates from the city as well, and we can just go through those things. We were planning on looking at decorations for the fall. We had mentioned that we would bring the decorations from downstairs to upstairs so we could take inventory of what we had and what we needed. But I know with the changing of the guards, that may have been overlooked, and we understand that. And we would trust your judgment on anything that you do find after today. But tonight, we're going to go forward, and our objective is to be able to pick out decorations for downtown and determine a vendor and give a cost back to you or submit it directly into Renee, so we can get decorations for downtown started early. Last year, we unfortunately were washed out, and most of the decoration was demolished due to the big rain pours. And so we will need to start a little bit from scratch. I do have some updates once you get further into that. But if you'd like to open up with what your thoughts are and what your notes are. Need to advise us, or do you just want me to continue with what I have?
I mean, I have no notes. I mean, this
Okay.
is something that you all are trying to put together, so I really don't have anything.
Okay, all right. So since the time we last met, guys, I have heard back from the city clerk, Renee Ward, and what they are indicating is that they can help us to be able to get decorations. We do have a person that has actually an account with a wholesale company, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to use that or not. So what I've done is that I've just taken the liberty to going online and simply just pulling up fall decorations. And I submitted some suggestions to Cameron, and he should have them available for us to look at. And Renee has written me, and this is basically what she has said. We were going to go in for the meeting for the council tomorrow night, but it was already been published. But however, we could have still went and signed in under the public comments section. But I know they have an agenda item that is a very lengthy item to be discussed. So there would have been a possibility we would have been there to the end of the meeting just to be heard. So we decided to converse via email with the approval of the mayor and the town manager. And so this is what she has said to me. After speaking with Megan and Aaron, the city can get you bales of hay and pumpkins, which will save money. If you'd like to send us your purchase plans, we'll work on them so you can proceed with purchasing those items instead of waiting until October. This way you can decorate earlier. Basically, we have the money, it's been earmarked for all fall decorations. And, it can be similar to what we had bought last year. And so my response to that was that, we would probably want to look at just keeping it simple. They're saying bales of hay and pumpkins can be purchased. And some mums, and just get some fall, silk foliage,
Yeah.
something of that nature. And I think that would be enough. The scarecrows, they're cute, but they don't really
Well, I
last.
think
There's
the
no
little scarecrows
durability.
for height and stuff like that might be good. You know, just a few of them.
Okay,
know.
well, if someone want to start pulling those up, and then we can leave our vendor list and price with Cameron tonight and get the ball rolling. So if what we could do, we could just close this session and go into, findings, and then do a deliberation back, and then just call it a day.
I do want to say,
Oh, okay. And then you're gonna give an update.
Sandy's is doing their fall festival September 27th. They do big fall festival on town, stuff like that, so they'll be decorated. Do we want to try and shoot for that weekend?
Yeah, we want to have the downtown pretty much ready. So when they have their festival, everything is,
Yeah.
you
that
know.
I think would be nice.
Mhm. Yeah, and yeah, I think that would be a good idea as well. So, we could just, close the meeting, or what would we need to do? Just go into discussion?
I
We
mean, I
just
don't
want
think
to,
we
we
need
just want to
to-
go into discussion and try to find some vendors, find some scarecrows real quick. And did you have any other suggestions? Did you want to show us the pictures of what I picked out so far, please, Cameron?
Yeah, I can certainly try and pull it up.
Okay, so there is that's a 10 bundle, package, and it's 520, and I think that's off Sheen. And then some fake pumpkins, some mums, things like that. Just put them on a hay barrel, like here. This one, this is kind of perfect.
Yeah, yeah. just
Go,
some
go back to
pumpkins
that,
and,
go back up a little, yeah, right there. You know, and, I think we'll be fine with that.
So, I mean, if the city is saying that they're gonna be able to supply pumpkins and hay,
Only thing we need is just a little foliage, like the little fall foliage,
Moms,
mums, and just some potted mums, just to sit in front of each.
who's gonna keep those watered? Cause they dry out very quickly.
and
Yeah,
we don't-
I think if we start doing silk,
Yeah.
we
Oh,
will
okay, I
be able
agree.
to use them year after year.
well, I think the only thing that, I mean, if that's the case, and, if the city is able to get the hay and the pumpkins, and you really only want to do the faux foliage and whatnot, then you really just need to say how much you need and whatever that price is.
I'm thinking we have 6
But why can't we
stations,
just go run over to
Hobby Lobby.
like a Hobby Lobby or whatever, or Michael's, whatever the other place.
I
is.
think you can, but what he's saying is just say, hey, we're gonna spend, if it's $50 per bale, then it's $300 of the allocation, and he takes that back. He's not looking at itemized lists. He's looking at what you're overall going to.
Yeah, I mean, I need to triple check and make sure, because I've heard definitely different things when it comes to the money, of course, that's been, I guess, allocated for some of this stuff. I've heard that it is earmarked, I've heard that it isn't. So regardless, it seems like they're still willing to be able to give you funding, but it's just a matter of fact, if it is earmarked, then you can go out and buy it and not have to worry about it. You just give us a receipt. If it's not earmarked, then we need to be the ones that get invoices on behalf of what's being paid to get this stuff, and then we would allow it to be able to be purchased, because we would essentially either write a check for it or pay for it with cash, et cetera. But that's just the one part that I'm not,
That's up to what dollar amount?
whatever that I guess is
Is it, I mean, what's the purchasing limit without having to have like a PO? Because what you're saying sounds like a PO.
it's essentially what it is, because I've heard that there's no budget associated with this stuff. So, but then she's saying that there's still the 1,500, which I don't know.
Yeah,
And, because unless you're saying it's been continuously carried over and whatnot, so that's just nothing I'm not 100% aware of. I've asked and I've heard different than what I've heard tonight.
So do we, or not?
he doesn't know.
You don't.
Oh, he's saying that basically we don't have a recurring budget every year, which I thought, well, I guess we've just been um given the money time after time, but it's not something that is actually appropriated for this particular board. There's no funds that we actually work off of a budget, but I thought we did have the 1,500. But for his recollection, he's saying that no, it's not a budget that's been set aside for appearance commission tree board. It is just money that was given at some particular time and then maybe awarded again at some point.
That is not what I remembered.
So that's not what I remember at all, but I don't know.
How much it is, 1,500,
1,500.
2,000, and it was every year we had to go and say, hey, can we spend this for this purpose out of our 1,500 allotment or allocation?
So,
Yeah,
I mean, you're saying that essentially there was a $1,500 allocation to begin with.
yes,
And that,
To this
tied
committee.
to this
and
commission.
you're saying that you're getting $1,500 each year. Is
Yes,
that $1,500 the first time that we got it?
Have to be
Uh-uh.
each year.
it's recurring and it goes in when the new budget is set up for July 1st.
Okay.
Then they replenish the monies. I don't think if we had like $200 left over, that then we have 17. I think it's just within a fiscal year. And if we don't spend it, then it's depleted. And then we start over with a new 1,500.
For sure. Yeah, no, I get it. So I mean, yeah, if that's the case, I mean, then yeah, it won't be a problem at all. But if it is that it's been earmarked and it's actually a budget line item, then yeah, you can go out and purchase whatever you want and we reimburse you based on that. But that's one thing I need to find out, but I don't think it's gonna change the ability of you all being able to get decorations.
Can we just make a motion that this board's gonna agree to spend up to X if approved and available, the funds are available?
Yeah.
And then we can then, after this meeting, once we get that approval, yes, the funds are there, then because we made that motion, we can go ahead and, spend those dollars that we approved.
Well, I think it,
Really wanna make something on a stipulation, I guess. But I really don't think that there's any motion that needs to be made based on whatever we're end up gonna spend, cause it's there regardless. I mean, I think it's just a matter of figuring out what exactly you do all want to spend and what you want to buy it with. If you
so
say,
that's why I said tonight, from my understanding, was to do an itemized list and submit it back to them. Kind of figure out where we are. That way we have September 27th, so we have roughly what, 2.5 weeks to get it completed, get them things ordered and back to us, or someone go out and shop for them and then bring the receipts, and then by the time they do all their paperwork. But I think tonight we do need to spend on finding vendors.
yeah, I think
Rose.
if you're trying to shoot for the 27th or before, you really need to go with something quite reputable. I know you
Mhm.
mentioned stuff
So you
from
can
Shein,
find it anywhere.
and I mean, there's a chance that you might not get stuff from Shein or Temu for
For s-
months.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, we're talking about Hobby Lobby. This is just an example of a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just throwing it out there, just one, because
But they have like 50% off, some places now for fall decorations, which is kind of good. And then they have up to 80% at some places.
I
which
just
is
think,
good.
you
But I-
know, with some of this money that's been allocated as well, you know, I remember from the start, whenever we first had this discussion, there was always discussion of, you know, this $1,500 was essentially to start with the fall, and then it would kind of reoccur over to other or not festivals, but seasons, and that we'd stockpile essentially stuff and update it on needs basis, but it seems the fall's been the reoccurring thing for the past 3 years, so I don't know if y'all,
But the stuff hasn't lasted. I think that's the problem. The stuff, the inventory's not there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
last
rain
year.
was so.
Oh,
bad
God,
last year
downpours,
that it
you
just-
remember for.
I don't know. That's what I've heard.
I don't know, I just trying to fall back into this stuff and figure
Well,
out. where we're at.
Well, I'll work out those particulars between me and Cameron. We'll get that straight as a board. We'll just come
Right.
together and make a selection of what look we want. And then
I think we're all in agreement.
this is
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
This is it, Cameron.
Yeah.
I don't think that, I think the big thing is you all have an understanding of what you want to buy. that's fine. Let's figure out the money stuff tomorrow, and there's nothing really else itemized we need to make. And
Okay,
you can figure
that's
out
good.
based on what you need to
You
do.
guys agree with that?
I am
You agree with that?
supportive.
Okay.
Because there's still stuff downstairs, and
Yeah.
we can take a field trip after this is done and take a look at some of that stuff.
I like field trip.
I mean, it's literally just downstairs. So I mean,
Yeah.
after we finish this stuff up, we'll go take a look at it, and it may be that you don't need to get as much as you thought, and you can still reoccur and use some of that stuff before, because it's the whole reason we started, right? So I'd like to be using some of the stuff that we had previously and save what we have
Absolutely,
to
yeah.
potentially put it towards other things in the future, whether
Yes.
it be Christmas, spring, summer, et cetera. So
That sounds like a plan. I concur.
Yeah.
Everybody aboard? Okay, so now what we'll do then, let's do you want to do the filter? Well, we can go ahead on and any other items or discussions that's coming up. Now, Cheryl, you did have a update for us for the litter.
Yep, Litter Sweep,
Mhm.
Litter Sweep NC is the later half of this month. We discussed it at the last meeting as a way to just beautify Graham in some capacity. And also it's supported by NCDOT, so they will provide the trash bags, the vests, things that we need. So there's no cost to the city of Graham. We just coordinate volunteers or seek folks to volunteer, and then pick a roadway and spend some time to clean it up. And then we can count that towards that, and they will issue some certificate of appreciation post that. So the idea was we pick some roadway. It cannot be a park because it's an NCDOT sponsored event. And I was thinking September 27th, because that's the last Saturday of this month. It's a Saturday morning. I was thinking 9 to 11 because it's just easy. And then hoping that the city could create like a Facebook page and see if we could get volunteers coordinated or volunteers that are interested. And then I don't mind being that liaison for that, for contact person, I guess you'd say. To see if we get 2 people or we get 20 people, we can divide and conquer and, check the box per se.
Did you, I don't know if it's an option, but I think we did mention it one year, checking with the city. They have people that are assigned hours from the court that bittersweet
Community service.
community service
Hmm.
is part of some of their
Okay.
assignments.
I think if the city would, and Cameron just announced a little bit earlier that they'd have a brand new marketing person that started today. But if the city would create an event, then we could all share that event, and then share that event via email to maybe whoever the contact is and just get the word out. It's our first time doing it, I think. Cameron has some signage. So I'm willing to give it a try. Might just be me picking up the trash, but that's okay. I don't mind.
Does it
Oh.
have to be a state road or can it be a county road? Can it be any road except for?
Alamance doesn't have county roads, so it's state or city, roadways, yeah. So I don't,
Okay.
I mean, it is NCDOT that provides, and they actually did say they would come pick up the trash afterwards. I'm wondering if I did do, a city street, I might have to, rely on Public Works to pick up that, or sanitation to pick up that, but I can verify, that. So.
Okay, it sounds like, Cheryl, you really have studied this and you've kept us abreast of each time you cross a hurdle. So it seems like you're getting closer and closer. Your date you're indicating is September 27th. The festival is starting the 27th, but your hours will be from
I'm just saying 9 to 11.
9 to 11, so I don't think that would interfere with anything, and you're not going to be anywhere near here. I think if we get the proper resources, that's my whole thing. I don't want you out there by yourself.
Yeah.
I have a previous engagement
Okay.
That's my, previous.
I think what we
wedding
could do is
anniversary.
I can maybe check with you offline or city management to see if their administration, I guess I should say, if there's particular roadways or even Public Works, if there's particular roadways that staff see when they're out and about, that may be the best solution to kind of target. And then we just go from there. I can work on it and hopefully we can get it posted at least, then we can get some information out and about.
Sounds like a plan. So,
Hey, Bernadette and I picking up trash. That's
no,
all
I
right.
think if you go and follow up on that program for
Yeah.
the,
Volunteers.
volunteers, I think
We-
you're gonna,
Go to schools, don't hit the school have volunteers.
Some, yeah. So if we get the event, we can spread, we can share it.
the only thing that bothers me about the children, because you're doing right on the road, not like in a park in a secluded area, where they can be confined. That would be my consideration. Age group, I don't know, high school, if there are any, serious about, because some of them will run out and joke around, push each other. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea for children. But I think if you go back again to the, people that have been assigned public
Okay.
work hours, you'll find you'll probably get your handful of people, a
Okay.
lot of people.
All right. Well, more to come.
Okay. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Yep.
And, I'm sure that will be a success, and you and Bernadette, and we'll supervise and
Did we have an update on the business appearance? I think that was wasn't that advertised? Okay.
Yeah, it was advertised and sent out, so,
Yeah.
we should be taking a look at those November, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, be a little while, but, do y'all have anything else?
Are there any, city updates?
The only thing that, I really have is, I think there's been some discussion regarding like banners and such. I think city council has gotten pricing for some, but I think it's more or less updating the current ones that are out there for a longer period of time. And they may ask for influence or thoughts in the future of potential designs of what those may look like from you all. So, probably more to come in that regard, but I don't know where it stands on that point. I think they just got pricing, for upgrading the ones that are currently out there.
So this has been something, and Bernadette, I'm sure you can allude to this. This has been something that has been bounced around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what we need to do, we need to make, some type of, plea to the council to be very clear, because this has been on our, in our notes forever. Just to be clear, are we involved with the, selection of the banners? Or have they made the decision to go ahead and provide the type of banner? Because now I heard an operative word that I hadn't heard before, and you're saying just to replace some, so it seems like we may be keeping some and just adding some new ones. But I thought it was gonna be one big project. And we did a presentation, that, consists of military, flags and banners, and Bernadette, she can, elaborate on that.
Mm.
And then we knew that there was a company that had been chosen by the council, to use. And we were going to want to get that name to see if they could also make the type of banners that we had been speaking about. But if we're not to be involved in the planning or the selection, we just need to be clear about that, because we've been back and forth. And we haven't really gotten any resolution, simply because it's just been tossed around. So we need to just
We
know.
don't have a liaison.
My understanding is,
Yeah.
my understanding is that they're wanting to replace every single one of the banners that is currently downtown with something updated that's kind of up to standard of what it currently is. I don't.
So let me ask you, so since you think that they have selected it, what part would we play in that, if any?
I think it would just be either a recommendation or a selection of the potential signs. I think they're gonna get multiple different layouts of different signs of or the banners of what they're gonna look like, and it's kind of up to you all to take a look at them and decide on which one you believe would be the most beneficial around here.
From what they have already selected, is
Yeah,
that right? So,
it may be like a selection of like multiple different types, and they might get your opinion on which one you all think would be best.
oh,
Who's running that? Do you know who the?
That's just what I got information wise from the council folks, is that I think that's where some of that money, the funds that we received is gonna go towards, is upgrading some of that down there. I mean, it's like the ones even that are here on South Main Street. and
yeah, because they go all the way down to like Zaxby's and,
And I think, what you're requesting in regards to the Veterans Day stuff, Memorial Day to Veterans Day,
Yeah.
replacing those, that would probably be a separate endeavor. Where we would have to essentially, if that's something you all were looking to do on top of the current signage that they're looking to get influence on, those would be installed, and then maybe, I don't know exactly what the time frame of some of this stuff would be. But essentially you would make another request that we do this for this amount of month, and you provide pricing on what it's gonna cost, and they ultimately have to approve it, and then figure out how we're gonna get the signs up there and down every year, so.
well, see, that's one of the hiccups with what we were looking at on our end was that, say, if we say, okay, we have a design that we would like to go with, but who's going to provide the manpower? We never got
We
past
got some
that.
kickback saying that's so much work.
It's so much work,
to
it's,
do and whatnot, which it is.
it's a lot, so
Yeah,
I don't
that-
know if that idea was dead or if it's
That-
still alive.
be something for them to approve it based on, right? So if they're gonna approve the stuff to interchange them out, they come with the understanding that our public works and maintenance people are gonna be the ones that have to change it.
Right.
Mhm.
So that ultimately boils down to whether council comes into consideration with the fact that they're gonna have to be the ones to provide the manpower or not. We're not gonna have y'all on ladders out there changing them out.
God, not
No,
me, please, not me.
So
But, yeah,
is their project of updating, is that this year's budget?
Mhm.
This year, so that they're looking to make that happen? And is that fall in your department or someone else's department?
That is all admin stuff.
So that's Aaron and Megan. All right.
Yeah, so I think they have somebody that did the previous ones and they have another pricing for it. And I think they're just working on potential designs, and that's what essentially we'll bring back to y'all in the future and let y'all have a look, maybe have some recommendations and provide that to them, and they'll probably ultimately make the decision of which ones to choose based off the recommendation they received from multiple different people, you all, probably community people as well, so probably just be a combined effort.
so I don't think we need to keep that on our list of things to do. And it sounds of it, they're gonna make the selection, they're gonna make the choices, we can make the selection, and we'll work,
Unless anything changes, like I said, I'll keep y'all up to date, but that's been something that's been slow rolled out to me, so I wanted to at least make you aware of it. So things could change where they want more influence from you all. But right now, I think that's just where we stand, is they have an understanding of a price point and the potential of wanting to purchase them, and would like influence and assistance on what's gonna go out there.
okay, sounds good. So,
I do know there's a public hearing, or maybe it already happened for tomorrow for the park.
Yep.
To relocate to,
I don't know what they're gonna do. I think they're requesting public input to finally make a decision on what they're gonna do.
there's a suggestion for behind the, historic museum, right?
I don't know. I do not keep in touch with some of that stuff. Honestly, I try and stay out of it because I know it's a hot topic and it doesn't
Okay.
fall in my department. So I just know that there's a public hearing for that tomorrow. There's also a public hearing for a text amendment tomorrow. So that's
or what?
my speed, a text amendment to our development ordinance. That's more of my speed.
Oh, I don't know what you're gonna be saying. He talks so
Okay.
fast. Okay, so there's a public meeting tomorrow on the Centennial Park.
Correct.
That's what we're trying to get clarification, and it's gonna be held where?
Here in City Hall.
Here at City Hall, right? So are they, is that the item of discussion that's on the council?
That's correct.
Okay, okay, so that's gonna be heard during the council meeting tomorrow.
Yep.
So that's the agenda item that's gonna be kind of lengthy.
Probably.
Okay, so it's probably one of the same thing. So if we would still like to come and just get clarification, if we are planning to attend that meeting, because I know some people were very sensitive to the fact about the Centennial Park. And if you want to come in representation, we can do that. And whoever chooses to come, we would maybe try to sign in also on the public comment and go ahead on and get clarification on whether or not about our funding.
Yeah, I think those are
Um,
only two items on the
that-
agenda
that-
tomorrow.
that would
night,
be good.
Is those two public.
Let's
hearings.
go ahead on and
Yeah.
get that clarified and,
That
I
will be
think
a
if
big
somebody's
public
gonna
hearing.
plan, are you planning to attend the public hearing? Yeah. What, did you? want?
I can try and get here.
I didn't realize it was tomorrow. Okay, well,
Well, if you all have the
Bernadette may
requests,
come.
if you know who to talk to, if you want to get on the agenda, you gotta do it like 2 weeks in
Well,
advance.
Yeah, that, it's closed from now, but we can still come and we can still sign in.
Part
The
of the
public
public.
comments in the back, there'll be a sheet right in the back and you just sign in. And whenever they get to you, they get to you. You know,
it's a public hearing, so people are gonna speak on their opinion of what they should
either
do.
way, if you was on.
If
the
anybody
agenda, you'll
speaks,
Come before the
You
centennial.
never know. It's a public hearing, but it offers the ability for somebody to come and speak.
Yes,
Yeah.
so if that's what she's saying is if someone, we weren't on the agenda, but if we wanted to speak on behalf of that topic, we could sign in and speak on behalf of that topic.
But not only that topic, our topic of interest, you know, about the
It's
things.
the public comment section.
The
Yeah.
public comment.
Public
section
hearing,
is-
there's two public hearings and they close whenever the item's done and you're only talking about those items that are in.
At
the-
that
That
time.
time, right, you
Once
don't
those
talk
two are
about
finished,
anything else.
they're ready to adjourn, they have that list back there of people wanting to talk about non-agenda items.
Correct.
And that's when, if, of course, you wanted to, one of y'all would sign in and come and speak on behalf of whatever it is that you all would like to. speak.
Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting. If somebody,
Can email somebody and just say, what's our budget? I mean, on the council or who's?
Well, I mean, I think that's what,
actually do that, but if you're gonna be present, I mean, it's not mandatory that any of us. be
They
present.
know though.
No, they're not gonna
I
know in
think
the
that's the
meeting.
question. Are
No.
they
I'll be able to figure out
Yes.
before tomorrow.
Yeah, Cameron will get,
I mean, there's.
we'll
multiple things that
converse.
it Sounds like that y'all have
We'll see.
questions about, so I mean, I don't really know.
well, I'm very shocked to hear that we don't have a recurring budget. We're not
Well,
on the
he
budget.
doesn't know that for sure, though.
That has been my understanding as of yet, but according to what Ms. Renee said, it sounds different, so. I've asked, but, like
Yeah,
I said,
Cameron's been removed a little bit, now back in, so.
Yeah,
Give 'em a
you
little
can find
grace.
out and
yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
let us know tomorrow. Who do we contact or do we have it or, whatnot, otherwise.
If you have it, then like I said, the only thing that you have to do is purchase it and give us receipts, that we've done that before.
We can do that this week. I mean, that's not a problem. After we see what we got.
We will see.
Yep. So that's tomorrow, but if you wanted to get an answer to, for some reason, if he can't get the answer, then you can address the council because they're the one to make the decision.
Right.
So a lot of people are gonna be very busy because this Centennial Park is a big item and it's
Gonna be
keeping
a-
everybody busy. Everybody has just been overloaded. There's been several little meetings inside of a meeting, out of the meeting. So it's been a very busy time for them. But if you want to take up the time of the people who are going to be making the decision, that can be done tomorrow night. Just signing in to public comments.
All right, are you ready to adjourn?
Okay, well, any other business? Bernadette, did you have anything else?
No.
Okay, Cameron?
No, ma'am.
No, and a liaison, being assigned to the board, have they even talked about it? Because this is an election year, so it's a kind of busy year for a lot of people. I know Mr. Parsons' last meeting was, when we last met, so he won't be returning, not Mr. Parsons, what's her name? The lady,
No.
what's her name? I'm sorry. We haven't seen her so long, but the council.
Bonnie.
Bunny Whitaker.
Yes.
I'm sorry. She said that she's still with us. Cameron, we really need to kind of nestle down and just figure out where we are and if we're looking for a liaison for both
Yeah,
commission boards. Or is she returning or what is the deal? Because, I mean, having a representation from the council, it really does help us to keep abreast. And like right now, we're just gasping for straws. I mean, what's this, what's that? If we had someone to come back and report to us normal, I think we would be a lot better off. So we need to find out what is her position, and really get us a direct answer on where she is with this board. If she plans to continue, we love that. If she does not so much, but we would have to accept it. Other than that, that's all I have. I just need some definite answers.
yeah, that'd have to come from the city council. I don't know if I can really help out too much in that regard, but I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I didn't know if you could follow up because Evan was saying he could follow up with a letter. he could send a letter out and then get
I
a
think-
response
I
back.
think you might not have been at the meeting, but there was an update that they're not going to reassign until after the new board comes in. Do you remember hearing that?
I do, yes.
You might
yes.
not have been at that meeting, so we are where we.
They're
are.
not gonna reassign, has she?
Well, or re-change, or she's still assigned to
Well,
the,
after the
the
election.
commission. And, they're not going to re-add or change any assignments until post the election.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn?
Gonna keep you a little longer.
Please.
If there's no other business, then if I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all in
Second.
favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Quick and see what